Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
We understand what's going on. We won't be divided by racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. They won't divide us on that basis.
Our campuses must be a safe space against fascism. History shows us that the Nazis recruited young people at universities, the Nazi Youth League attacked Jewish students and burned books. We must oppose groups like Generation Identity, who are flyering campuses with hateful leaflets against migrant and Muslim, targeting niqabi-wearing sisters. I am proud that Students Stand Up to Racism stood up against Bannon, Le Pen and the AFD speaking on campuses this year. And that young people and students say loud and clear, get lost, Tommy Robinson. Let's remember, Theresa May engineered the hostile environment and brought the go-home vans around our communities. I oppose any attempt to apologize for the Nazis' mass murder today. I say no platform to fascists. I urge you all to come on the demonstration on Saturday, 16th of March. Let's make sure we unite against racism and fascism. Thank you.
People are sick and tired of the system that can't even meet their basic needs. And no wonder why people are grappling with the system and are looking for answers. And people are going to the left and to the right. You see people mobilising around Jeremy Corbyn, which is absolutely amazing. But you also see people going to the right.
That we have to fight inside our campus. And I'll be honest with you, people like Miriam and people, well, you're at the front line of it. Some of the people that say that they're leadership inside NUS, I'll be honest with you, I can't see what they're doing.
Thank you.
Because I think why I joined the movement as a student, we had a gig inside a college in Hatfield Poly, a Nazi walked in and stabbed someone to death on the dance floor, right? It's not just, not just saying it because we feel like we want to have a debate. What we're saying is that people have a right to life. Stephen Lawrence should have gone to college and university and been an architect. Masalim's father should have been able to see his grandkids grow up. And actually, when they divide black and white, what they're really trying to do is defeat all of us.
We see in the past the role Rock Against Racism played in the 1970s. It was absolutely instrumental at a time when the far right were looking to make a breakthrough. They finished at third in one elections, not the Liberal Democrats into the fourth the National Front. That movement was absolutely crucial at bringing together black and white young people. I made it uncool to be a racist. I think the demo on the 16th of March is a fantastic opportunity to come out united. It's happening in 22 countries, 22 cities around the world. It's the biggest we've ever done it on the scale. That list is growing all the time. But what we're trying to do with Love Music, Hate Racism now is to run a 2-week campaign called Beautiful Resistance that's going to run either side of the demonstration now. We've got a list of artists who have agreed to make anti-racist content to go out in that 2 weeks either side. We've got Ed Sheeran, Dave, Rudimental, Anne-Marie, Mahalia, Kojo Radical, Kano. We're going to have some really, really big artists that are going to make content.
But I think the reason why we have to organise more than important is because they're organising the colleges. Don't forget the Front National grew because it got 5,000 students. So words are not good enough. We have to have tours, organisations, demonstrations, and I tell you something else as well. We're going to have to relearn the history of the anti-fascist movement for the last 20 years and not let other people say they represent it. When I look at this room, this is what a multicultural society looks like. And I tell you what, it's good. Yeah. Do you mean? I keep saying the Nazis can't dance, they've got no music, they've got no style, they've got no rhythm, they've got no anything else, they've got nothing to offer us but death and destruction.
We've got to remember that it is actually the streets and not the ballot box that is the fascists' battlegrounds. And, you know, just as our comrades have been challenged in the past, we know how to defeat them. It's about outnumbering them on the streets. We did it in Cable Street, we did it with the NF, the EDL, the BNP, the DFLA. We know that, and I'm very confident that when they take to the streets next time, I know we'll be there to drown out their message of hatred. So I guess just to finish with, I think what we really need to do is go back to our campuses and build this movement.
And I think the question of Islamophobia has become so ingrained and so a part of society. It's become respectable. It's become normal. When Boris Johnson can question what a Muslim woman wears, like terms of the veil and the hijab, I think he needs to cover up his hair, like his whole face. I mean, he gets you have to do is look across Europe. And what's absolutely shocking is when 50 fascists are able to to demonstrate in Auschwitz, the death camp, and on Holocaust Memorial Day. It's like, it just shows the level of confidence these people have to actually go to Auschwitz and demonstrate there.
Slavery was abolished in 1834. Actually, that was a process started by the Haitian Revolution, a revolt that overthrew the French in what was then Saint Domingue. And the effect that had on Britain, it was a huge contributor to the eventual abolition of slavery in this country. The abolition of slavery is never really in the mainstream discussed through that prism. There's also the Enlightenment is pitched as a European project. Nothing is ever said of how indebted the Enlightenment was and the Renaissance that Islamic scholarship played in actually preserving a lot of classical texts and so on, while Europe was in its dark ages.
What I really want, I want organisers. We have to be our own leaders. We need more leaders. We do not need to be led, we need more leaders. Stand Up to Racism is about producing leaders. Wherever we are, we can organise a fight of resistance. And I'll shut up because...
They did this in the past, they're doing it now, and I hope they're not going to be doing it again. But it's up to every single one of us to make sure that history is not repeated.
Refugees are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.